Roll out the good times with Happy Hour at 11 p.m. weekdays on India Ahead.
You're watching India Ahead.
Now in Hyderabad, it's normally the sport of badminton which captivates all, because after all, it is the hotbed. But today we're going to be doing some tennis exclusives, especially why it really lags behind as an Indian sport. What is the reason in terms of why India are here and what can take us to the next level? So I'm going to be talking to some fine minds, especially in this city of Hyderabad and in this very own academy of Lakeview. There have been an influx of late of lots of academies, especially tennis academies in Hyderabad cropping up. So we just get into those minds of those coaches and parents and those kids, of course, of what really sets tennis apart, unlike other sports. Stick around, you certainly don't want to miss this. On a glorious morning in Hyderabad, a city renowned for its badminton stars, I decided to venture to other courts, namely tennis, to find out exactly what makes this city the next tennis destination for India's youngsters. With Sania Mirza's name instantly popping up when you think of tennis in the city of Nizams, it's academies like these in Gachibowli which will make you think there's more in store. Yes, with an influx of tennis academies, the talent in the sport has been seen off late. The Lakeview Tennis Academy has been dishing out some top youngsters in the domestic circuit. And one man responsible for this rise is the academy coach, Vasudeva Reddy. He is a former national champion himself and of course a former Davis Cupper too. So I decided to catch up with the man to have a chat about this riveting sport and how exactly youngsters thrive in the sport of tennis. Well, it's a weekend, and what better way to spend it at a tennis court, especially when you're learning from the best in the business. I've been delighted to be talked to the coach here in the Lakeview Academy, and first and foremost, thank you so much for talking to us. Just give me perspective of what the kids do here. I mean, apart from learning tennis, what's the extra thing that they learn in this academy under your guidance?
I think more than, first of all, I want to say is this is one of the biggest tennis academy as of now in the city. I know there are a few more academies, but the best of facilities, as you take it as a coaching side or if you take it on the players side, I think this is one of the best in the city as of now. What we do basically with the kids here is we make them enjoy a lot more than, you know, telling them this is what you have to do, this is what have to be done, but we morely focus on saying that hey, this is what the game is given for you and you have to enjoy it, and you know, you don't know at the end who becomes champion out of it.
Correct. Now in many ways, I mean, tennis is a rich man's sport. I mean, second to golf obviously, but there's a lot of financial equipment which go into it. So shed a little bit of light on that. I mean, what if a child comes from a humble background beginning? Can he purely take up the sport based on his talent?
Exactly, yeah. First, what we really do is we take the kid, and basically to start with the basic things, it's not that expensive at all. You know, the rackets are much more cheaper. You know, there are a lot of companies coming out with cheaper models of shoes, which you can start off with it. It's not at all expensive. For a middle class family, I think you can pick tennis as their career also. So once they pick it up, the problem comes is when they start playing better. So once they start playing better, there are a lot of companies also coming forward. It's not like those days when we used to play, we used to run behind the companies. Now we start playing, a lot of companies are coming, like for us, like Arbindo has come up forward for us to help the clay court. I think on that CS funds, the people will really looking forward to do now, because the sports awareness is so much now in the country. Not only tennis, cricket, badminton mostly. You see how the badminton is going on now. So there are a lot of things happening. So we don't need to think if I'm a middle class family, I'll still try it, because if I have the talent and if I'm doing really well, I know somewhere someone will come and help. It's not like olden days, oh, I became now my time is gone and I'm not able to do anything. Now I have no support, I have no coaching, I don't have facilities. Now you have facilities in each and every area, like good in like Aziz Nagar, we got one beautiful place, and we have one we used to run in the NVK Tennis Academy in there. Now another 10 kilometers away, the Sania Majors Academy is there. There are a lot of facilities. But the only thing is, the kid has to enjoy it. If the kid is not enjoying, kid is not focused, kid does not have that, the fire to do it, how many facilities it's not going to work for them.
Fair enough. I mean, that was a fair point by him to just clear that preconceived notion, because many people in India think, and probably viewers back home watching this right now, would think that tennis, you need that little bit of funding. But moving on from that, what are some of the obstacles and hindrances as a child taking up this sport, and especially in the land of Sania Mirza in many ways? What is it? Because I can see age groups of different kinds here. They come with an aim, obviously, to become one of the best tennis players, but how do you fine-tune that as a coach, and how difficult is that?
Now, seriously speaking, tennis is one sport played everywhere in the world. You take the smallest place in the world, there are pros in it.
Correct.
So I think, from my view, I think it's a tougher sport. Tougher sport in the sense, a lot of competition. I'm not saying other sport is not that easy to learn, but the competition is a lot more than the other, like soccer, tennis. All these few sports are really, played by everybody, and the competition is too much on this sport. Especially, you're seeing now the Grand Slams, and nobody's winning consecutively any title. Players like Federer and are also struggling.
So scholarship, it comes down to that. Another thing which comes to mind is the fact that tennis is a sport which requires a lot of endurance, the fitness on and off the court. It's very vital at this age to get that mental discipline sorted. So in terms of that, are you also a coach right now to tell your, say, a 10-year-old or 11-year-old taking up the sport to stay fit off the court and not indulge in all those cheat foods or necessarily that, or would you still have a leniency in that?
I will personally, I tell the kids, basically now this present generation, first of all, eating only will be very happy. There are few kids who eat more, but 80% the kids doesn't eat.
And being in the rice capital of Hyderabad, I mean, a lot of kids splurge on the biryanis, right?
So I'd say, as long as they work, I know there's a diet program where you have to go to turn a professional, but the thing is, I like them to eat. Now at the age of 9 to 14, if you are restricted not to eat this, I mean, I look that way.
Correct.
But some professionals look at, okay, you have to be very disciplined and do this by step. Yes, we need to be disciplined, but let them also have this.
Correct. Fair enough. I mean, that's a very good point that he makes there. And last couple of questions here, just to understand a little bit more about a mindset of a youngster taking up tennis. It also goes to show in many ways that tennis is a sport that you have stars. You have your Roger Federers, your Novak Djokovic. So do you expect them to probably follow their path, or what's the one advice that you give to youngsters who are probably emulating the greats of the game? Or do you ask them to watch their technique, watch their highlights, watch their video reels, and then go about it?
Basically, I tell the kids to watch because most of the kids learn by watching. Like we grown up by watching. We never been